Hey everyone, and welcome to day 4 of yoga with me, Inga Bentley. Today we're going to get started in a nice comfortable seated position. So find out wherever it works for you, whether it's cross-legged, whether it's the legs out in front of you, or seated on your shins. We're going to start with the hands on the knees. We're going to start with a couple deep breaths. Take a deep breath in through the nose and open your mouth. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth. Let's take 2 more breaths just like this. Inhale. Open the mouth. Last one. Inhale. Open the mouth. And just start to relax the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Coming to that Ujjayi breath. Letting everything wash away. Your day, your week, so your year so far, all the practices that we've done, all the practices that are to come. Hopefully you're feeling good by now. And just beginning to come in tune with the body. Today we're really going to focus on the breath. This is called pranayama. So breathing in through the nose and out through the nose is Ujjayi breath. So pranayama means life force. So the one thing that you can't live without in your life is actually your breath. You can live without most things, like 7 days with water, 21 days without food for the most part. But you can't live 1 minute without your breath. Awesome, let's take 2 more breaths before we begin to move. Last one, inhale. Full exhale. Awesome. Then we're going to just slowly blink open our eyes. We're going to start with some neck rolls. So we're going to take the neck over to the right and just kind of drop it down. And then being gentle, moving side to side. Maybe you want to take a nice big full circle. Be gentle while you move your head back. Just moving in the same direction. Releasing any tension that you have. Maybe you've already come back to work. Maybe today's your first day back to work. And let's reverse. Going through the left to the right. Taking whatever movement feels good. Let's take 1 more full circle. And when you find your ear over towards your right side, let's hold and pause. We're going to take our right hand and we're just going to bring it to our temple and apply just light pressure. And then while we're here, we're going to extend the left arm out. So you can just kind of let the hand dangle for just a moment. Or if you wish, you can rotate the wrists. Awesome, then switch directions. And relax the head back down to center. Move your right hand and find your way over towards your left. Bring the left hand up and over to the left temple. Extend the right arm out and just nice gentle rolls. Awesome, and then switch directions. Moving purposefully here. And release the head back down to center. We're going to interlace the hands behind the head and just apply gentle pressure. Letting gravity do the work. If this hurts too much, you don't have to have pressure. You can just kind of relax your head. Awesome. Let's take 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. And release your hands back down. Take your peace sign fingers and slowly lift your head up. Awesome. Let's take those hands back to the knees, and we're just going to start with some nice big circles. So moving from side to side, whatever feels good. Keep those sits bones firmly planted onto the ground, but just find a lot of movement here. Getting a little bit of those wiggles out from the day or the night. Whatever feels good. Taking nice big circles, making these your own. Maybe you want to stop and pause. And then stop and pause. Let's reverse directions, switching the way. Awesome. Nice big circles. Let's take 1 more full circle. And start to come back to a neutral spine, stacking 1 shoulder and 1 vertebrae each over the other. Awesome. Hands come to the knees. We'll do some seated cat-cows. So inhale, puff your chest forward, gaze up at the sky. Exhale, separate your shoulder blades. I want you to lean back as far as you can go. Inhale, lengthen, lift, and stretch. Exhale, around. Moving purposefully. Each inhale, you're going to lengthen. Each exhale, you're going to find a little bit of a release. Taking this at your own pace. Let's take 2 more. Awesome, last one. Let's come back to that neutral spine, stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, and relaxing the shoulders down. Now we're going to take the hands over the knees. We're going to roll over to a tabletop position. If you have bad knees, that's okay. You can always just kind of move your knees out to the side, with shoulders stacked over the wrists. And all we're going to do is tuck our toes under right away and lift our hips, downward facing dog. Now each day, down dog's going to get a little bit easier. I really want you to spread your fingers nice and wide, lift those hips really up towards the sits bone, and just begin to walk back and forth, focusing on the breath. Warming and waking up those hamstrings, shaking the head no, nodding the head yes. Take 2 more breaths. Now let's begin to settle here. Today what we're going to do is we're going to find our turbo dog. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. We're going to hover our knees about 2 inches above the ground, and I want you to gaze at your thumbs. While you're gazing at your thumbs, really press your chest back towards your thighs, and then begin to bend your elbows. But squeeze those elbows together almost as if you have a block together. So you're gazing forward, turbo dog. You should start to feel your whole body activate. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen your downward facing dog. Awesome. Maybe you want to pedal out. Maybe you just want to take a couple of breaths. That's a great job. We're going to do this 3 more times. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, chest comes to the thighs, gaze forward, bend those elbows. Awesome, it's almost like you're about to pounce. You're turbocharging, starting to feel those arms work, those legs work. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen. Great job, everyone. Pedal it out. We'll have 1 more. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Awesome, deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows, gaze forward, chest comes back towards the thighs. Come up onto those tippy toes just a little bit more as you can. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, lengthen. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk towards the back of your mat, or the back towards your toes. And we're going to take a nice big forward fold. So I want you to bend your knees more than you normally would. Thigh or chest is going to come all the way down to your thighs. And then grab for opposite elbows. And we're just going to sway side to side, ragdoll pose. Awesome. 1 more big breath in. Big breath out. Come back to a neutral spine. Plant your hands into your shins or onto the ground. Take a deep breath in, lengthen halfway. Exhale, pull your low belly in and fold. Awesome. Root to rise. Reach all the way up. Take a nice big full body stretch. Exhale, fold. Great job. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Let's begin to walk forward to our plank pose. So shoulders stacked over the wrists, feet can be together or apart, and really push the floor away. Pressing up, rounding your spine like you would a cat, and then kind of just relaxing. Awesome, we're gonna hold here. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Awesome. Drop down onto your knees. Shoulders shift in front of your wrists. Squeeze your elbows in. Let's do 3 chaturanga push-ups. Come down halfway. Elbows really squeeze into your sides. Inhale, press up. You want a little bit more, you can always extend those legs. Take a deep breath in, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga halfway. Chest open the whole time, lift up. 1 more, shift forward. Lower halfway for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, come up, little baby cobra. Awesome. Exhale, slowly come down. 1 more cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes under. Press back, downward facing dog. We'll take 3 big breaths. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take a turbo dog. Take a deep breath in, come up onto those tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, bend your elbows. Really squeeze, 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 squeeze. Lengthen, downward facing dog. Great job, everyone. Great job. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. This time, step or float, forward fold. Half lift, inhale, lengthen that spine. Fold, exhale. Great job, root to rise, reach all the way up. Take a nice big full body stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Let's step back. Let's chaturanga all the way down to the belly or halfway for upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Moving purposely, one breath at a time. Everybody's breath is different. It's okay to be a little bit ahead of me or a little bit behind. We're going to take one more sun salutation. Take a deep breath in, tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, turbo dog. See if you can pounce. Forward fold. Awesome, half lift. Fold. Reach all the way up. Take a nice big full body stretch. Great job. Fold. Last one, you can do it. Half lift. Plant your hands, chaturanga. You can step or float back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale. Open your mouth. Inhale. Open your mouth. Great job. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or float, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Root to rise, reach all the way up, full body stretch. Great job. Let's sink those hips back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Toes touch if you can, or feet at hip distance. See if you can squeeze those legs together. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink even deeper. Really sit back as low as you can, almost finding your chair. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as deep as you can go. One more big breath in. Awesome job. Fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or float back, landing with those bent arms if you're floating. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Great job. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Great job. Let's step our right leg forward and let's rise warrior one. So back heel points in at a 45-degree angle. We're bending into the front knee. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, and we're sinking nice and deep. Warrior one. Hips are square forward. Hips and shoulders one straight line forward. Internal rotation. Bend a little bit deeper. Maybe you want to move the front leg back. Maybe you want to open the back leg up so it's reaching, so it's at hip distance, or maybe even a little bit wider. Whatever you can do to get your hips to square forward. Awesome. Take your hands and really reach them up towards the sky. Find a total body stretch in these warriors. Pinkies face each other. Drop your shoulders down and away from your ears. Gaze is forward. Let's focus on that breath. Today we're going to open up the shoulders a little bit more. So let's drop our hands down behind our back. Interlace our fingers. I really want you to squeeze your palms together. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. You can stay here and just see how high you can lift your hands. And maybe all the way down at your gluteus maximus or all the way up here towards your ears. You can stay here, or if you're looking for a little bit more, we're going to begin to bend. We're bringing this right shoulder to the inside of the right knee, trying not to rest our chest on our thigh. While we're here, if you're shifting forward, drop your head down. Hands can work all the way over. They can also stay right here at your back. We're opening the shoulders, opening the heart, whatever feels good. Now, while you're here, pull your right hip back, left hip forward. This is our humble warrior. Awesome. Just continue to breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. Finding that slight constriction in the back of the throat. Let's take one more breath. Hands come to your low back. Let's release all the way down to the ground. Plant your hands. Step back. Downward facing dog or chaturanga, your choice. Let's lower. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Great job. Let's take 3 big breaths. One more. Great job. Right leg steps forward. Rise, warrior one. Back heel planted down, root to rise. Find those nice strong feet. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Bend into the knee, front thigh comes parallel. Arms extended out. Awesome, and breathe. Hands drop down behind the back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the palms together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stay here and maybe lift all the way up. Or if you wish, begin to hinge forward. Shoulder comes into the inside of that left leg. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Hips are still square to the front of the room. Relax the head down. Work those hands over, or they can stay right here at your low back. Whatever feels good, and just breathe. One more, inhale. Exhale, hands come to the low back, release all the way down, step back, you got it, chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. One more, inhale. Open the mouth. Great job. Let's step to the outsides of our hands. We're going to come to our malasana, our yogi squat. So toes point out at a 45-degree angle, hips sink low. Walk those heels out so much so that they firmly plant onto the ground. And then press your elbows into your knees. Thumbs come to heart center. Spine nice and tall. Hips relaxing and open. External rotation. You're doing great. We're about halfway. We're going to do 2 warrior twos, 1 on each side. We're going to take a nice big wide-legged forward fold. We're going to do a little bit of balancing, and then we're going to be done for the day. So you're doing a great job. We're almost there. Awesome. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Begin to relax those hips. Starting to feel them opening. Feet relax down. Focusing on the Ujjayi breath. This can be an intense stretch, but it's really awesome for you. 2 more breaths. Awesome. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. Let's lift our hips. Let's step back. Chaturanga. You got it. Lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Great work. Let's step that right leg forward. Now let's come to our warrior 2. So back heel points out at a 90-degree angle this time. Front knee walks forward, bringing this front thigh parallel. Knee points out of the second toe. Arms are outstretched. Gaze is forward. Past that front middle finger. Awesome. We're just going to hold here in our warrior 2. Focus on the Ujjayi. Keep this back arm just as lifted as the front. Bend a little bit deeper into that front knee. Really squeeze the thighs together. Awesome. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Let's lengthen our right leg, and we're going to turn our right toes in. So we're going to take our arms out to the side. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to hinge forward, nice flat back, slow and control, we're moving. Hands can come to the outsides of your feet, or they can firmly plant onto the ground. While you're here, relax your head down, and I want you to shift your weight forward. So both toes are pointing in. If they're pointing out, I want you to work them in, whether they're straight or pointing in, and we're just going to shift forward. The weight is going to begin to come into the balls of the feet, and we're going to bring those hands down. While you're here, shake your head no. And then nod your head yes. If you feel any pressure in your head, you have to relax your head, neck, and shoulders, because this is a mild inversion. So an inversion is anytime that our hips are above our heart. Yeah, that's crazy. Hips above the heart. So this is a little bit different than what we normally have during the day. But while we're here, pressure starts to build when we hold our head up like this, but also when we stop breathing. Begin to tilt forward just a little bit more. Maybe you can walk your hands back and then use your hands to press yourself down, maybe bringing your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. You should really feel the backs of your legs start to light up. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. Let's walk them out. Walk them out so you come out to a halfway lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale. Begin to work yourself all the way up. Great job. Now while you're here, begin to point your right toes or your left toes forward. Coming to the back of your mat. Yeah. So we're coming to the back of wherever we are. So while we're here, we're going to point those left toes towards the front, so towards the new front, and we're going to bend and come to our warrior two. So arms are going to be outstretched once again. So front knee points out of that second toe, hips are open, shoulders are open, chest is open, arms outstretched. Fingertips spread nice and wide. And breathing, bend a little bit deeper. Maybe that thigh can come parallel. Stacking the knee over the ankle, arms outstretched. Two more breaths. And a little bit more. Great job. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Lengthen your right leg or left leg. Turn your toes back in. This time we're going to take the hands down behind the back. Both toes point in at a 45-degree angle once again. And all we're going to do is begin to hinge forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Hands can stay at your low back. You can kind of create a pyramid arm, bringing your hands to your low back, or you can begin to work your hands all the way over. So as you can see, my shoulders are pretty flexible. Most people are about here or here, and that's okay. Wherever you are, wherever feels good. While you're here, shake your head no again, and nod your head yes. Relax those head, neck, and shoulders. We're getting a nice big shoulder stretch. I like to sway side to side, taking a bend into one knee then the other. If that doesn't feel good, just stay where you are. We're just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Letting gravity do the work to open up our shoulders. Awesome. 2 more breaths. Hands are going to come back to the low back. We're going to release the hands all the way down to the ground. We're going to take a half lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Take a deep breath in and reach all the way up. Point your right toes forward, and we're going to bring our hands all the way down for our chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Open that heart. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. We're going to bend our knees. You can step or float forward. Forward fold. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Root to right. Reach all the way up. Take a nice big whole body stretch. Great job. Hands come down through heart center. Let's take some standing poses. So root down through the left leg. Let's start by bending the right knee. Flex your right toes back towards your nose. Front thigh comes parallel. Make sure you can lift the thigh without holding your hands. But really root down through that left leg. You should be able to wiggle your left toes, not clenching. Hands can come to your hips or to your thigh. But if they're coming to your thigh, I want them to come to the inside, not to the outside of the knee. While you're here, if you wish a little bit of a variation, today we're going to bring our peace sign fingers to our big toes, and we're just going to begin to open the leg as straight as possible. It's okay to stay with a bent leg. It's okay to stay with no fingers on the toes. But if you can, try to keep those hips square to the front and extend the right leg long. Awesome. Spine is nice and tall. Shoulders stacked over the hips, really rooting down through that left leg. Awesome. Start to bend that knee and slowly release it. Great job. Shake out that left leg. Now begin to root down through that right leg. Begin to bend the left leg. Thigh comes parallel. Flex your toes back towards your nose. Active feet, the easier this becomes. Root down through that right leg. Wiggle your toes. Spine nice and tall. Hands can stay here, or peace sign fingers can work to your big toes and you can open. Spine nice and tall. Square those hips to the front. Focus the tension. Focus on one spot forward. You can always stay here with a bent leg, with no fingertips on the toes, or continue to straighten. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Bend that leg and slowly release. Shake out your right leg. One more standing pose today. We're going to take our tree pose. So right foot can come to your left ankle, your left thigh, or calf or inner thigh, as long as it's not on your knee. Today we're going to start with our arms extended. Awesome. Arms out, whatever you want, all the way up, just straight out to the sides, maybe straight down, wherever you're feeling. And then just wiggle your fingertips. Awesome. Now wiggle your left toes. Maybe you can wiggle your right toes. Just being a little wiggle monster. Maybe you want to sway side to side. Practice on your balance. Whatever feels good. Awesome. Just start to focus. Breathing in through the nose. Out through the nose. Nice full breaths. Awesome. Bring your hands back to the center and release. One more side. Left foot, right ankle, right calf, or inner thigh. Arms outstretched. Maybe you want to do a little wiggle. Maybe you want to sway side to side. Maybe if you're feeling really good, you can take a hop. Awesome. Wiggle those right toes and focus. Really opening that hip to the side. Two more breaths. Hands come back to heart center, and let's release. We have one more vinyasa, so shake out those legs, shake out those arms. Take a deep breath in, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, let's chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Let's drop down onto our knees and let's take a seat. A little bit closer. We're going to take our hips today and we're just going to bring them over to whatever side we wish. Begin to extend our legs. We're going to start with a forward fold. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Begin to hinge forward, reaching whatever you can grab. Whether it's your toes, your ankles, your calves. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're going to hinge. We're only here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can bend a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen the spine, micro lengthen. Exhale, bend even more. Awesome, one more. And bend. Point the toes away and slowly roll all the way up Let's pull those shoulders back today. 3 big times. We open them up really nice and big. And then forward 3 big times. Great job. Right away we're going to bend our knees and we're going to slowly roll all the way down onto our back. Today we're going to take something a little bit different. So we're going to bring those soles of the feet together. We're going to open up Supta Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet are pressing together and our hips are just open nice and wide. I want you to walk your heels in towards your sits bones. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. While you're here, I want you to close your eyes and just feel your belly move up and down. Trying to really lengthen the breath. So each inhale, I want you to expand your belly, almost as if managing a baby breath. So you're expanding it as big and full as you can, lifting the chest, the belly first, then the chest. And then as you exhale, you feel your chest drop down, navel pulls into the spine. Nice big breaths in. And big breaths out. Awesome, big breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. I'm going to exhale. When you're ready, you can extend your legs, extend your arms, finding your Shavasana, finding your stillness, letting go of all wiggles, fidgets, and moves, and just breathing here and now. Today we've put forward a lot of effort, and now we're just here to let it all sink in, letting go of whatever outcome that it had. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, your head and your neck, not too long over Shavasana. Let's extend the arms up above, lots of legs nice and long. Take a nice big full body stretch. Full body breath. Awesome. Pick whatever side you want and roll over. And right away, let's press ourselves up to a seat today. Spine nice and tall, shoulders over the hips, hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth. The love and light inside of me honors the love and light inside of each and every one of you. Thank you so much for sharing day 5 with me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.